What's up, guys? Pepe here with the disassembly, or de-skinning of the seats. So we will be taking the skin apart from that seat. I already took it from that one, and I want to show you what kind of tools and things you would need for that process. So, and the steps basically. So this is a kind of the basic tools. This is like a what is it called? Little thingy pulleys. It's a puller for the rivets. So, plastic rivets or whatever it's called. So the seat is basically held in many places by these rivets. So basically this tool goes under the rivet like that, and you pry it off and so on. It came with a kit of rivets I bought of, like, I don't know, 500 700 rivets, different type of rivets that I bought for the NSX, because there is a bunch of rivets that are missing and so on. And so I bought a bag, box, 2 boxes that come with tons of assortments of different types. I don't know why people get hung up by thinking that they need to buy the Honda part. It's a plastic rivet, just so you know, just plastic rivet. Anyhow, so there is a bunch of them over here that you have to take off, and I think a few of the over there, all around that area there. There's hog rings too, so we need the cable cutters. Those came in the kit. I don't think that they're going to work. This one came in the kit. It's super cheap. You can buy one. The angle of this one is actually pretty good. If it's not that angle, it's kind of hard to pry it off. So maybe a little bit thicker would be nice, but it doesn't bend or anything, so it works. A bag, Ziploc bag for all this type of stuff that you need to remove. And I forgot my Phillips screwdriver that I would need for that. And this is an example. This is the other bag of all the things that I remove from the other seat, which you need to remove. So I will put this away. That's a hog ring tool that I talked earlier. That's for installation. We're not going to do that right now. So I want to show you the kind of like where you have to start. I'm recording with another camera, so I will have a time lapse, but first time doing this, so I don't know how that's going to work. So this is the bottom seat. Okay, this is the bottom area of the seat, and here is held by these 4 plastic rivets, and it goes under here. So the same rivets I showed you earlier, or this same rivet here, those are the ones held down here in this area. It's 4, and you can tell from the other seat. So they are held in these holes here. You see that, and that, and there is a bunch of rivets that go along this area. You see them there. So once you remove one seat, you can tell where the other one goes. That one goes there, that one goes there, and you follow them around, and you see this area here of the top of the seat is held by, this is Velcro. So the other new piece has Velcro, so you don't have to remove this plastic rivets. So I have seen some pictures where they remove all the rivets. No, that's wrong. You have to keep this ones in here, because that's where the new seat will Velcro against it. It's not a super tight fit, because this side basically covers it. And you can tell here, you see there's 2 other rivets here for the cables where the hog rings go, and those go on the back side of the top back part of the seat, or the back support. What else? Here along this, I think. So once you remove this guy, the back, you remove it by just this is basically lock in place against a lip behind the seat. You can see the channel, so you basically pull the channel hard down like this, poop, and you take it out of the channel in the back, and that's how that is held. And I think these guys here, these guys are, I don't remember if there were rivets here. Let me check. Can't remember if there were a bunch of rivets in this area. Try to do it with one hand, it's really hard. No, so you do the back, the front, and that's how you do it. I'm going to remove obviously this thing, which I've completely forgot the name, the seat belt. First, disconnect the cable, and then I will remove the bottom. So let's start with that, and then I show you the rest, basically. Okay, so I'm removing the switch holder. It's 2 Phillips screws. Nothing fancy. I always take pictures with another camera, so that's what I'm doing right now, of where these screws go, and I put it on the back, like I said before. So now this is off, pretty easy to remove. Just take the connectors out. This one. It's true. It's fairly easy. Now this is out. So we are good. So now we are going to flip the seat. I'm going to actually put this over here. Most probably I'm going to move this. So I'm going to remove the seat belt. I think it's 17 for the seat belt. I think so. So that's what I'm going to remove now. Is it 17? Yep. Seat belt is out. The bolt doesn't fall. The connector is right here. Pretty easy. This one was someone sprayed something in it, some paint. I'm going to try to remove that later. Put it in the bag. Now that's out, and now we need a little bit more space here. To flip this seat there, and you can see here now those 4 rivets, which I'm going to remove now with this tool. They're going to break, who cares? Like I said, you can buy a set of this in a box, 200 of them, and you see this, and that's how they come off. I mean, I don't care about breaking them. They're not the only rivets in the world. You know, this one maybe can be reused because it didn't break. I mean, I saved them in case, just in case, but there's no point. They usually break no matter what you do. Another one. The reason why I saved this one is because, I mean, the ones that I can save is I have seen some of this old rivets somewhere else in the car where it's kind of visible, so that's why I'm saving them. I always save stuff that I don't break fully. That's the truth. So that's off here. And you see, this already moves. So we need to remove this guy now, which is about to. So this guy here and this guy here, we need to remove. And if I show you the other seat, so the bottom of this seat, I'm referring to these two plastic rivets that are held by the cable for the hog rings that basically pulls the leather down here. There's a cable that goes there. You can see the cable in this one here. So we need to remove those. So that's what we are going to do. For that, we just need to push it down a little bit. It was coming off already, so it's almost broken. So you don't really need pliers or anything. You can do it by hand, it's not a big deal. With this one, it's a bit tricky because the whole rivet bent over. Okay, there. There. Now this moves a little bit more, and here this is glued, but a trick is so that the glue in here is very old. So what I do is that I push it from here first, so I don't break. I don't basically rip the foam. See, this part is loose, but here's where you can hear the foam. So that's why I'm using the back part of this, or screwdriver or whatever, to push it. And then I put my hand in here to pry it off a little bit. Be very, very gentle with this part. You don't want to rip the foam. So I'm putting my hands, I'm basically using my nails kind of to push it. I think I'm going to grab a okay, I'm going to grab a scraper. I think that's a better idea. So here I have the scraper, so I can see that I ripped off a little bit the foam. So that's it. So now the bottom is almost out. So the next is you flip the seat around, and here there is some money. There's no. I hope that there is $10,000 inside the car, but so this is the plastic piece that I was talking about. So so you need to take this one out. That is for the back of the top of the seat, of the back support. So you take this one out like that. The other one, this was what was broken because people sometimes put things in the back and they back the seat, and then this breaks. So this one is a little bit tighter, so I'm going to use this tool to pull it down from here. It's a bit stubborn. Oh, didn't want to bend the lip either. There. There. So these are the 3 tabs that are held by these 3 holes, and here is the back of the seat, and you can see in this one, maybe there, so you can see it's broken. So with time this breaks because this is too hard, it's brittle, and this breaks, and then the back of the seat, the bottom of the seat, actually the back of the bottom of the seat basically feels loose, and it's because this thing basically breaks over time. And that's it. So now we flip the seat around again, and the bottom is up. That's very easy. And to take this off, the skin off the seat, now this is where you basically need to cut the hog rings out. So you need to cut all these hog rings around, but I'm not going to do in this one because this is a driver's seat. I want to do in the passenger one, and the reason why I want to do that is because then I know when I put the driver's seat together, I know where the hog rings go. So that's another thing. You don't take all the seats apart. You need to have one seat fully assembled so you can repeat it if you are not familiar with how to do it, or if you forgot to push one of the sides of the seat around and you don't know how to bend this over or whatever. So that's why you want to keep one assembled. So this I'm not going to touch. So we know that that's the driver. So this is the passenger, and as you can see, I remove some of the hog rings. So the hog rings, they're very visible. There's one here, one here, one here, and basically I remove them all. So now, this is a tricky part with old foam, which you have to be very careful. So you see that this keeps a shape, is bent. That's because there is a cable that goes over around here and around there, and there is cables that go this way too. So you don't want to just pull these up because you're going to bend the cables. But if I do it here, hopefully you guys can see, there's a hog ring right here inside. So basically you have to cut each one, being very gentle. You catch each one, and then you're going to remove the skin. Basically, that's how it's done. So that's what I'm going to do with this one to show you the back. So this part here, is it? This one, you can see here that I did the same thing. These are the hog rings. You know, I cut some of them in half, and the cable went through. You know, so you open it this much and the cable goes through because the cable is thinner. So these are the hog rings. This is how it looks like when you remove it after you cut all the hog rings. So I'm going to do it with this one so you guys can see. And the hog rings are trash. You need to buy new ones, obviously. So I'm going to remove this ones here. So I cut them in 2 pieces because usually when you cut them there, because they're kind of like hardened steel, they don't open up. They're very hard, so they can still rip off the foam. So I cut 2 pieces so I know that I can slide the cable through. And at this point I don't care about the fabric on the seat because I'm putting new ones, so doesn't matter. I just care about the foam. That's what it matters the most. So I'm going to cut this one now. I think that will come off now. So that's one side. And you can see where the hub rings go. It's pretty easy to see where they go after for assemble. So I'm going to continue going here. And the cable is always putting tension on it, so that's why you need to be careful. And there is no access to those hog rings from the other side, so that's another challenge, that when you put it together, you have to do it the same way. So that's an interesting challenge. See, that came off now. And there is always a piece left of the hog rings. You have to make sure you remove it. So I have these things, tweezers, or not tweezers, but dental type of. So I use. That's how I remove them. Basically, you have to twist them off around the wire that is inside. Or cable. I always say cable, because that's how you say it in Spanish, but it's wire. And you remove all the pieces. This is the other thing, is that, you see, I'm going to show you something here that you need to be careful. Some people do. So you see, I cut it in half. So there were two parts of it, and one was very deep. You want to make sure you remove both, because you don't want a piece of metal inside of here, which can then puncture the leather. Your new leather you're putting on, so you always have to make sure you remove all the pieces. You see, there's another piece there. So sometimes they put two hog rings, and you're lucky and you cut them both at the same time, and that's why you need to be careful with that. And some people kind of get concerned about, oh man, there is rust in here. Oh shit, no, I have to replace this now. Nope, I mean, sure, if you can find it, let me know. If you find the foam, I will be more than happy to buy some. But if it costs $2,000 a seat, no thanks. I prefer to buy some fiberglass Recaro seats and get done with it. So that's a problem with the NSX stacks. So I'm going to remove these other ones. And of the cars that I have done before, I have to replace the foam in one of them, but it was affordable, you know. For a cheap guy like me, just went to the wrecking yard and find a better car, and that was it. But for the NSXs, they're getting hard to find, so hopefully someone is going to reproduce them at some point, which would be nice. But I have my hopes up for that. So here it looks like they put two hub rings actually, which is, I mean, good because they make sure that, you know, the cable is not going to come off with weight or anything. But there is definitely two hub rings here, which is not so cool because you need to cut two hub rings. Or they are really long hook rings, which is actually possible. No, this is one hook ring. Pretty long though. Here. That's the other one. I didn't cut very well. Yeah, they're fairly long, so it's kind of tricky. There you have it. Foam removed. And that was it. So that's how you remove the foam. The skin from the bottom of the seat. And this is the passenger. So this is what I'm going to be using for the drivers. And so I have to obviously clean up all the hog rings. I have more left here inside, which I have to remove. To then put the skin, like you can see there is pieces there. I have to make sure to remove all those, inspect them really well. But yeah, so when you put the seat, basically, when you put the seat skin here, you are basically putting the hog ring through this cable, this wire, around, and basically the hog ring is going to grab this cable, this wire, this one, and this one at the same time, and it's going to clamp both together. And that's how this hog ring works, basically. So when you put the tool, like this tool, I think that there is different angles of this tool. The only one I have is this one. There is a straight one, so a straight handle one that I don't have, which I may have to get, but I'm not sure. I never had problems with this one. Anyways, when you put this one here, you need to be able to like open the jaw to grab both cables, the cable that's here and the cable that's here. So when you put the hog rings, you're basically putting this down like this, and then you grab this cable and you push it down with your thumb. The hog ring is attached here, and then you go like, and basically grab them both. Sometimes you don't grab both and you grab one, and you have to cut the hog ring and so on. That's how it is. Yeah. If you are not a pro, that's what you get. You have to try it a few times. But that's basically how you remove it. Some people always talk about, the quality of the NSX and so on. But they do the same things that any other car does. So this is vinyl. This is not leather. So the front part that basically, this areas here, these are all vinyl. These areas here are vinyl. So we call them plastic down in South America. You see, because of the backing is kind of like jeans type of fabric. Some of them are white, some other type of fabric, but it's fabric. So all that blue stuff you see there, that's all vinyl. Vinyl. The only parts that are leather are this, basically. The skins that I got, if I show you the skins, they're all leather. Every single part is leather. So yeah. This is the back. I don't know. Nope. That's the back. Is it? Yeah. This is the back, which is very thin. That's why I was like, oh, this is too thin for this. Let's grab the real bottom. Where's the real bottom? This is the bottom. So this is the bottom part. That makes more sense. And this is, in this case, is all leather. Does it make a difference? No, because you don't touch these parts, so who cares? I mean, you touch this, but this is all made of leather, so it's kind of nice. It's all made of leather. Has better give, I guess. So yeah, and this is the new clip. You see, same deal, but much nicer than this crusty, shiny, oily old one. That's black. Bottom one is black, the other one is not black. You see how dirty it is, but anyhow, it's going to look really nice when it's done. And so that's the bottom. So let's remove the other parts together. So I don't want to damage this. I'm going to put it down here. So here you can see this is kind of like the original color. So now what we have left here is the bottom of the seat, and basically what we are going to be removing is the rivets that go all along there. So that's what I'm going to do now. So let me take you there so to show you what I mean. So these are the rivets that you have to remove. This one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. There's another one there, there's another one there, and so on. So you remove all those, and I guess the order that I'm doing it is different. We should actually remove that piece first, but since this is open, I'm doing this right now. The rivets, they're like bullets, so that's why I put my hand in front. Okay, so now this is off, this is off. Okay, let's remove this part now. That's this one I don't remember very well how to remove it. I think what I have to do, so this, to remove this part here, which we're going to do now, this is held, it's kind of like bent over, and it has this does the same type of clips. I'm going to show you. So these are the new skins, and you can see the area that we are removing is this, and these are the clips that go under here. So that's what we have to get to. Oh no, sorry. Before you do that, there is 2 screws. Yeah, I always forget about this one. This guy here and this guy here. There's 2 screws, and we have to remove. So for that, I'm going to take a picture so I don't forget about them. All right. So that's 2 screws. This other second screw, and now this will move a little bit, and we will be able to pry it off. So this goes around here. Here's the plastic piece. You can see now it's easy to remove. That's where the plastic piece fits. So basically this folds over like that and it bends over here in this lip. That's how it's held basically. So same one with this side. So I pull it. This is where the screw goes. So it's important to note how the bend goes here. So it looks nice. And we pull it. And that's how it comes up. And now you can peel off these pieces here. Boom, now we have this exposed. So here, there's another one of those here. Bend over here, the clip is right there. Watch out with that. So that comes off the same way. I'm going to do this one now. So these are going to be tricky to put on and back again, for sure. Be hard to put them on the cable for the seat. So now this is off. So we have the sides off. And here remove this back. And so to remove this section, there is another clip like this one. Basically, this is a clip. Well, this is not a clip, but anyway, so there's a clip over there that goes like that. So basically, once you peel this off and you peel it back enough, you will have access to this clip here. So you remove it the same way than the other one. Oops, without taking your eyes out. Okay, so now that's off. Back down here. Now this is almost off. So here I remember there were some clips up here. Yeah, so let me show you which clips are there so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So the back of the seat have the same as the bottom of the seat. These two clips here, they're about at this height. But you need to peel off the back to do that. So for that we need to remove this guy, which was really hard to do in the other seat. For some reason so this guy here, let me move the camera for you here since we're going to work on here. So this guy here is basically two of those plastic clips that are held this way together. So you have to undo it. To open this up, you push one side and that comes off. So that lip bends over, boom, and grabs the lip in front. And so now this is off, and we can actually take this off. So the clips are about here. So I think what I did at some point is that, yeah, so you can grab them with your hands here. So I push one down. That's the other one. So that's both clips. And now this guy will be coming off. Aha! Easy. You see, those are the two clips, so you can reach them from the bottom. And this guy here, yeah, you can't pull it off because you need to remove the seat. So the headrest, and for that you need to pull these clips here, whatever they're called. Can't remember. I forgot the name of these things. I can't remember. But this is where they go. There. So now that's going to slide up, which I don't understand why it doesn't. NSX doesn't adjust. They're fixed. So now you can remove this, boom, safely without breaking it. And there you go. That's the back part of the seat. And you see here all the same deal with the hog rings. We have to wrap around the thing, but the most important part is this. This is where you have to focus your efforts to put it in the right place so that you don't crunch the leather this way, etc. So that's that. And now you can see here, this is all Velcro. That's why the Velcro is here. Velcro. Yeah. Uh-oh. The Velcro is breaking. That's another thing. This Velcro is really old. So that's why I'm holding the Velcro, because this Velcro is really good. But it's very sticky, so this is Velcro. Imagine how much force I have to put to glue it off. So pretty good Velcro. So this Velcro is I think that this is a 3M Velcro, if I'm not mistaken. It's a different type of Velcro. It's very different anyways. So I peeled off part of it in the top, so I have to re-glue that. It's not a big deal. So now you see the skins come off. There's two rivets there, plastic rivets. Now we are supposed to be able to pull the skins off. And there you have it. All the old skins removed and the bare seat. So now, well, this is, oh, actually this seat had some damage. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. This is bent a little bit. Maybe someone jumped on it. Maybe we had to bend this back. Anyhow, so what I have to do now is, so let me show you down here. There's some damage there. So what I have to do is I'm going to switch the foam off the drivers and so on, but I want to clean all the seat before I do that. There's a lot of dirt and stuff, so I want to, you know, there's a lot of old foam and hair here, but I just want to show you how to peel this off. So this, you peel it off really slow, and this is basically glue down here, just a little bit. So you do it very gently, and there is like another material that is glued against the foam. It's easier with the hand. And that's it. No damage. A little bit. No big deal. But this is now the good side of the passenger side. See? And this is where the motors go. So this is the only time maybe to put grease on here, to grease all this up. These motors are working. They're very standard motors. I think you can find replacements for those, but so this is a perfect time to do that, to grease up all this. To remove this now, it's the same deal. You do it very, very slow. You kind of rock it. You put some glue, very little glue. They don't put much glue on it. It's only at the edge, at this part here. So if you kind of like rock it over each side, it kind of tends to move, to come off basically. This one has a little bit of glue on the side, so I'm going to do this for this one. Have some glue here. I guess it depends on whoever installs this, where they put the glue, because it's completely random. And that's it. Here there is more gear that you can put grease on. Very good time to do that. So now this one is removed, and this is what I was explaining before. So this one now will go to the passenger side. So then I have to cut off, and you see that there is a mark there where they used to cut off for the switch. So basically I'm going to grab this other piece, what is left, and glue it in the other side to cover the hole basically. And as for the cable down here, which I don't know, yeah, you guys can see it. So this cable here, I think I can take this off and transplant it in the other seat, because the other seat doesn't have these that wire, I believe. Yeah, so the other seat doesn't have this wire. Let me check again. No, doesn't have the wire. What a shame! It would be way easier if it had the wire. So I'm going to have to transplant this wire harness from this seat to the other and make sure that actually works. Hopefully it does, because in some cars, in my SAF for example, the cables are different from passenger to drivers. So hopefully it's going to work. If I, yeah, it should be super easy to replace it. So I'm going to remove, oops, I'm going to remove now this guy here. Again, a little bit of glue here on this side. This is coming off. I'm checking the camera, sorry. I'm new to this. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. There. Cables are off, and here's an example of what I was saying. You see, passenger side, sorry, driver's side. You see how the foam is broken? How is this new skin supposed to actually look good here? Look at the indentations of, you know, the rubbing of the leather against the foam over time. Basically, just look. This is all foam. So this is stuff you have to blow it off, and this is where you actually put a new piece of foam, like a 3mm. You wrap it around, you wrap it around here, and now you have those 3mm back that you lost, and it's going to reinforce this area. And this guy basically will go on the passenger side, and you put the passenger side here. So if I grab the passenger side now, I know you don't see it, but I'm going to bring it over. So this is the passenger side. See, and I put it here. It's brand new foam. You see, this is how it's supposed to look like, completely flat. Look how this one looks like. You see the difference? Okay. So I mean, if you can buy this, it would be amazing. It's the best thing to do. But if you can buy them like me, or you're cheap like me, or you're one of those people that if someone tells you that you can't do it, you do it no matter what. And then you can buy the foam, which I'm going to buy and show you how to do it, and glue it over here. And so you fix these problems here in the foam, and basically bring back the same height, because you can compare the two pieces and bring by the same height, just making sure, okay, well, you know, this is a little bit taller, so you can add some foam here and so on. Problem with the foam is you can't really add a piece here. You have to add a whole piece, because otherwise it shows in the leather. So that's the only problem. But this area here is really easy, because you can glue a piece of foam here, and then here, and then you just cut it off at this point, and that's about it. And this basically is pressed really hard down here, so you will not see any seams or anything. So that's that side. Let's remove this one now. And here you can see another very good example of what I was talking about. Let me bring you high up here. You can see here how the foam is the form. Let me take you with me here, because that will be better. I have a very strong light there, which is very annoying for you guys. So let me move around this. Okay, there. So you can see here how the foam is completely deformed right here. This is supposed to be straight. So let me take this one out. So this is the passenger side. So I want you to compare each side, how it's supposed to look like. You see that? That's how it's supposed to look like. So that's the problem with this side, is people put the elbow, they put the elbow right here, like me, and crunch this side, and you can see how the foam is completely deformed here. And there's a hole here too. So look, the foam is actually ripped here. So this is what happens, and this is how it's supposed to look like. Completely straight, nice, you know, soft, you know, soft. So this is what is going to go on this side. So now this side is going to be in super good shape. I might actually put additional foam, I'm not sure, maybe not. But this side we will have to repair it, so we're going to have to put a piece of foam here in the back to reinforce it. We'll have to like heat it up a little bit and put some weight on it, I think, to be able to bring it back to what it was, or glue it harder here. But yeah, we are going to have to do something about this. Look how bad it is. Poor little thing. So let's remove this guy and inspect it better. Oh, just completely ripped off. This is in really bad shape. Really bad shape. I have to be really gentle with this. Look at this. You see how that is all compressed and stuff? That's really bad. This is supposed to be straight up. So what I might have to do in this one, in this case, is a technique that I'm not good at it. But basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to actually cut this section here and buy very thick foam and actually shape it to this shape. Then put a piece of 3mm closed-cell foam on top and the bottom to make it stronger, and then put this back here, because it's impossible to, like, after so many years, to straight up foam. That's not possible. You have to put a piece of cardboard or something, and will make it really hard. So this is all in really bad shape, so I might have to actually do that, which is actually hard because you need a knife to do it, which I don't have. So I might actually have to do that because this is in really bad shape. I mean, I can at least I can put the driver's seat together, but not the passenger. This is really bad shape. But it's possible. It's possible to fix it. So if we look at this is our template here. This is how the original is supposed to look like. So that area here is fine. This is a part that has to be rebuilt, basically. So we need to bring this back into shape. Maybe with a heat gun I can do something. I don't think so. I think I will have to actually cut this foam and actually glue foam from here to here, and glue pieces together, or because this is a piece of foam, this is a piece of foam. No, this is a piece of foam. This is all injected foam. So I think that this is one piece of the mold. This is another one. This whole thing is another one. So maybe I can buy some very thick foam. I actually have foam in the attic from another seat, which is injected foam. So I can actually use that to glue a piece here, shave it of the same thickness, and glue it here. That actually I think is a better idea because that's injected foam and it's in good shape. So I can actually do. I don't have to buy it, which could be expensive, and glue it that way. See, these two pieces this is how they are glued together. So this is all one piece. So that's what I think I'm going to do, because this is actually broken. You can feel it that it's broken inside. So yeah, so I'm going to cut a piece here and a piece here. Yeah, so that's what I think I'm going to do for now. But I will show you that process later. So for now, this is how you remove the pieces from the seats. And now this is all bare, and you can go clean it up. You're gonna have to remove a little bit of this, not much, because it doesn't have to. They glue this. You can glue it down here. They glue it here so that it doesn't move around. So you can scrape this. You don't have to take the whole thing off, the whole glue off, although it comes off pretty easy. So I might wire brush this, take it out, and then I have to figure it out the cable for, which I wish it was its own thing. The cable for the what is it called? The seat belt, because I'm going to have to transplant this wiring harness. Which is not, it's not difficult. I think it's the same. It's not difficult. It's just these clips here, and it comes off. Yeah, super simple. So it's not a big deal. And that's the other thing I was saying before. You see this? This rod. You can actually re-grease it. I know you can take these cables off, and the cables have grease on them, so you can grease that. And I think you can grease these guys off, these drivers. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to see if you can grease them or not. I'm going to take a look of that. But you can put some grease here in the back and it will go in no matter what. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to put at the end grease around this whole thing so it gets greased up. And I'm going to remove these guys to re-grease them. For sure. Same as this one, we grease all around here. And all around there. But a good cleanup first, before we put everything together. Yeah, and that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. And I see you next time. I don't know when I'm going to have time, but that's all for now. Take care. Stay safe. Whoops. And the last piece, I forgot to show you. This piece is held with two basically clips that go like that, but they kind of bend each other. So you have to like pinch it this way and they come off. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do. Maybe now with the second try it's easier. Oh, no. Wasn't that hard. Oh. It's kind of hard. There. Yeah, come on. There. That's how it's held with this. So this bends over. There's a piece of plastic here. This bends over, and then it clips in this. And the way you remove this is basically you peel it off without damaging the foam. You basically peel it off like that. It's like a sock from your feet. You push the foam with your thumbs. You need to be careful not to rip the foam, because this piece might be $500. So I'm putting my fingers under to protect the foam and then peel off the leather. otherwise I can just rip the foam, and that would not be fun. Yet another piece of foam that you will have to repair. Yeah, at this point now it's going to come off. There, that's it. It's a very tight fit. There's a trick for putting these things back together that I will show you, but this is it. That's the last piece. Okay, see you guys, bye.